Hi everyone, this is Farah, your interviewer for today, and with me here is Steve. Hello. Please do us the honors of introducing yourself and the organization you're representing.
Sure, so I'm Steve Dunn, and I'm representing my independent consultancy service, which is called Abstract Visible. And I serve the marketing industry by bridging the gap between marketing and IT. So out of a UX specialty, but working cross-functionally across data, strategy, creative, and technology. I have three core services: setting an aspirational customer experience, and planning a roadmap behind that with experience mapping, and then also applying my specialty as a designer when it's needed. And working with both brands and agencies and consultancies based out of here in the UK, but also in Scandinavia, in Dubai, sorry, and also in Scandinavia and the UK.
That's incredible. So, congrats on receiving recognition by Marketing 2.0 conference. How does it feel?
A little bit surreal, that's for sure, like a reality TV show, but I'm very grateful to be here and be supported by the organization. Also proud of myself for a step in the right direction with my career, and just really looking forward to. I've already met some inspiring entrepreneurs here and also corporates who are already talking to me about some of their business challenges, and that's what I'm here to do.
That's incredible. So, if someone wants to follow on your footsteps, what advice would you give them?
Well, I had an unconventional path. I didn't study at university, so I'm self-taught, and I've ended up being something of a specialist hybrid, I think, for that reason, because I explored many options as a junior. So if my career path is inspiring, I would encourage people to, in the early stages of their career, work in smaller organizations where they can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, not necessarily specialize too early, because there's not that many people that know what they want to do for the rest of their life in their late teens and early 20s, and then the big value comes when you're able to connect your expertise in a way that other people can't, and you have your gap in the market.
Right. How do you see the MarTech industry continue to grow, and what would you say is your role in that?
Well, the trend is set to continue. 24% growth in the past 2 years alone. There are now 10,000 MarTech vendors, as opposed to, I think, 150 10 or 11 years ago. And that's come alongside a need for personalization. So the two big drivers of MarTech are consumer behavior and the technology landscape. And both those, let's say, KPIs are accountable to what I call marketing and IT stakeholders. So your marketing stakeholders are chief strategy officers, digital officers, experience officers, of course, creative officers, and then your IT stakeholders, CTOs, CIOs. So there was a recent report a couple of years ago by Wunderman Thompson and Sitecore that cited this empathy gap internally between these two buckets of stakeholders, where they just don't understand each other's needs, and how a marketeer would validate an investment in technology versus an IT person is radically different. So I exist to sit between the two as a mediator. It's also my personality profile, if anyone's familiar with the 16 personalities test. And I really enjoy that role as an independent consultant.
I'm also a mediator, so it's nice to meet a fellow mediator.
That means we get nowhere, right? Where's the problem?
So,
Switzerland.
well, some people say that the GCC marketing industry is 10 years behind Europe. What do you think brands in this region need in order to keep up with that?
10 years behind Europe. It starts at the top. Starts at business KPIs. So companies want to do personalization, but they're still, as far as I understand, tying key stakeholders to quarterly sales-driven KPIs.
Well, hopefully that events such as this, where so many people from different backgrounds come together, will be able to help the marketing industry here to develop and grow. Can you tell us about your pursuit of true marketing performance? What is it exactly, and why do you think it's important?
True marketing performance is a term that I like to use to indicate the gap between where companies are and where they could be. It has a positive sentiment which makes it useful for new business and sales pitches. Who doesn't want true marketing performance, right? Okay, how'd you get there? You're here and you need to be here. A big part of my interest in true marketing performance is around the decentralization of content. So currently, Europe is a little bit further ahead, but I'm trying to introduce this new way of thinking here, is that content and template are the same. So I create an email, the content and the template is connected. I create a social media ad, the content and the template is connected. And there are new technologies called a content hub, which connects to something called a headless CMS, where out of technology has become this atomization of marketing. And I have at least theoretically a background from that as being a designer, where some time ago a component library became a way to design your website. And you break down all of the components of your website into buttons and textiles and colors, and then you brief that into a developer to then build your website. It's similar with marketing now, where the templates need to exist independently of the assets, and that way you can test the quality of an asset in different templates. So if an image, that's what I mean by an asset, performs well to a customer in social media, but not well to a customer in an email, image is not such a good example, but a CTA label, body copy, a headline, it can be anything, then that is an insight that isn't possible to creating the content and the template, if that makes sense. So there's this kind of super granular level of detail which requires investment in order to move towards understanding the impact of your marketing better, and then feed those results back into how you brief your campaigns. And for instance, I'm working with a large asset management company at the moment on they lease and sell properties. So by separating content from template, they'll have a library. There's an experimentation which runs through everything, but in this context, swimming pool with people in, not people in, with one person in, with two people in, picture taken in the morning, picture taken in the evening, picture taken from the south side, the west side, the east side, all of these variants of the same swimming pool. It's 50 pictures of the same swimming pool. And you test those images in your email blocks and in your social media templates, and then find out who's clicking on them. Feed that back into the image library, filter by the best performing images, and cut those that are least performing, and continue to optimize your assets that way and move towards true marketing performance.
Thank you so much for the very detailed breakdown. That was incredible. So, yeah, I think I did. Well,
There'll be a test.
so if anyone wants to reach out to you to maybe ask for more details or advice, collaborations, where can they find you?
LinkedIn's a great place to start. Steve Dunn, STEVEDUNN. I'm currently consulting underneath the name of Abstract Visible. If you search that, you'll find it, but my SSL certificate's not working, so that's a terrible experience. I've just not got around to it, so LinkedIn is the best place to find me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and congrats again for the award.
Thank you.